Welcome to Good Mythical MORE. We're still going into the future and coming back with some stuff that we need right now.
But first, we are donating $1,000 to the American Association of People with Disabilities to aid in their mission to increase the political and economic power of people with disabilities. AAPD advocates for full civil rights for the over 60 million Americans with disabilities by promoting equal opportunity, economic power, independent living, and political participation. Please join us in giving at aapd.com.
Thank you for being your mythical best and joining us in those gifticalities. Okay, Stevie, let us have it. Let's hear him.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to give you 2 different pieces of technology, let's say, and then you have to decide which one you think should exist by now and or which one you want to exist more by now.
Okay.
All right.
So the first one, flying cars versus
Again with the flying cars.
iPhone microchip brain implants, which allow you to do everything you can do on your iPhone in your brain.
We're having trust issues with self-driving cars. And that's because...
But flying cars are driven by people.
Yeah, it's like you remove the road, you remove the lines. Now you can't even judge from the driver's seat if it's in a legitimate spot.
Did you guys watch The Jetsons growing up?
Oh,
Yes.
heck yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I loved that
I'm glad
until
you
I
brought
started
that up.
thinking about it as an adult.
Think about the noise, if you can remember it. And
Yes!
if you can remember it, please make the noise with your mouth that the Jetsons mobiles would make as they went around.
Oh, I got it.
Is how they would arrive, or
It's more...
It was a light beeping. Yes. Something like that. It was a pleasing sound. My whole
kind of like a futuristic chicken.
worldview on flying cars has changed because of how freaking loud drones are. I mean, like there's been times when I'm just like out in a park somewhere and all of a sudden somebody with a little drone is ruining everybody's day.
I think drones have become nefarious. Because like, when you see a drone that's not your own drone, you only think a negative thing. I feel intimidated and threatened, and that something bad is happening or about to happen to me or someone else around me.
At least you feel watched. Like, am I gonna be in some like travel vlogger's epic wide shot over his hashtag van life? It's like, leave me out of this. I'm naked because I thought I was alone.
Yeah.
I'm saying the microchip because, I mean, you carry around the wearable tech. And I mean, this ring is tech wearable. I mean, we just want it inside of us. Put it inside of me.
Right. Listen,
I ain't scared.
Everybody's scared and super skeptical for good reason, but here, it's inevitable. You cannot resist it. We will eventually all be bionic. And then, yes, something will go wrong and some sort of nefarious AI will take over the world, but it's all going to end at some point anyway, so might as well just enjoy the ride.
Yeah, might as well be
in
cool.
your flying car, because I also think that should happen.
I had a high quotient of a-holes on my way into the studio this morning. Like, you know how in LA, okay, the particular instance I'm talking about is when 2 people who think they have cool cars race each other around other cars.
Oh, I hate that.
That was me and Link. I'm
that
sorry.
That happens all the time.
That was us this
Yeah,
morning.
it's like you see this one car
we were on
that's like
walkie-talkies.
So you see one car coming around you, right? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God, what?
And it's always like one of them's always in the right lanes
And
or
then the second one.
behind slow people and then like weaving in and out. And then the other one's like in the fast lane. The one's on the right side's like, oh yeah, you're in the fast lane. Look what I can do on the right side. And you're just like, when is this accident going to happen? A lot of those instances on the way in.
A lot of accidents do happen.
You're telling me that happened more than once, or was it the same
Yes,
two
that's what
people?
I'm saying. Usually it's like once a week, that particular thing I see. And today, I believe there were 2 or 3 times where I saw it. And I was like, are all of these people racing each other? And just some of them are behind?
In the future, the cars will detect that, and then they'll say, and they'll govern themselves. Or they'll put you on the side of the road. They'll pull you over.
Yeah, you'll get
And then
pulled
they'll call
over.
a cop.
Actually, the car won't do it. You'll pull yourself over because the microchip will tell you that you're speeding. And the mind control will be like, you're speeding, slow down. And you'll just be like, okay, microchip.
I must acquiesce.
It's going to be awesome.
Drive
Yeah, I
yourself
love
straight
that
to
idea.
jail.
As soon as you think anything that's a little bit outside of what everyone should be thinking, your brain will begin to correct itself.
Sounds great.
We want to give a shout out to Sugar Lab. They made the candies, those 3D printing candies from round 1 of the game. They looked amazing. One of them tasted horrible.
Well,
The one
but
that
only because things were added to it. The part that Sugar Lab created was just sugary.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
All
to
right.
clarify, Sugar Lab does not have bug-filled
Right.
candy.
It's just all
Just
good
the-
sugar stuff.
Face-off level face transplants
Oh, scary.
versus the ability to put your consciousness in another body. I feel like we've taken things up a notch with this
Yeah.
round.
Well, first of all, are you saying that do we have to look like Nick Cage? Is that the only option?
No, I think it's
You can look like
you can get a
Travolta.
face
Okay.
transplant and yeah.
Bald Travolta.
He was already bald in Face Off?
No, but he is now, and that's what I'm saying. Bald Nick Cage, too. Let's just throw that in the mix. I mean, this is like deep fake in the real world.
Consciousness and uploaded into another
You
body.
still kept your pants
Mm-hmm.
on.
Yeah, they're comfortable.
Mine were way too sweaty. I had to take them off.
My top was sweaty, but the bottoms are not that bad for some reason. I think it's the side stripe.
Well, which one do you want more, and then which one do you feel like should exist?
Well, I want to look like Nick Cage. Let's just get that
Oh,
out of the way.
okay.
I wouldn't choose either one of these. I just don't. I don't want to fool with mortality to this length because it's still artificial.
I honestly don't think we're going to figure out how to do that part. The whole consciousness being contained
Yeah,
in in some sort of format that can be transferred onto a hard drive.
we don't understand enough. Of
I just think
consciousness.
consciousness is it's too complex. Even if we do get to a point where we can understand it, I don't think we're going to be able to harness it in that way.
You
But
know,
let's just assume that it could
this
happen.
clip, when
What?
they figure it out, this clip is going to go viral. They're going to play this clip and go, look at these two
Doubters,
idiots.
dumb
Yeah.
internet doubters.
It's like the guy who said the internet was just a fad.
The face-off thing. Think about it. It's like it's one thing to drive around and see other people in like certain models of cars, but having a model of face. I mean, there'll be a limited amount of faces. It'll be like, oh, you got a Nick Cage. Oh, you got a Travolta. Even if there's others, it's like people start to look literally the same in the face.
I think they're going to use some sort of like gene editing, like CRISPR, and then people are going to be able to edit themselves like after being born. And everyone's going to be able to be quote unquote beautiful. But then what Link is saying is going to happen where everyone has achieved some sort of standard of beauty.
Homogeneity.
And then the people who decided to not get the alterations, who just look like normies, are going to be
Ooh,
hot.
he's ugly hot.
But
Look at
a
that.
ugly hot.
transplant is not a cloning. It's literally like, it's like you donate your face to science
yeah.
and then
But I'm
you
moving
die
beyond
and then
that.
your face gets put on somebody else's
I'm saying
face
the
that
thing
needs
that's
a
more
face.
realistic is a gene editing thing. Like somebody like me might be like, I would like to order a chin. I would like CRISPR to give me a chin so I don't have to grow a beard, right?
Well, you could actually do that now.
I know.
I like to order a
They,
six
they have
finger.
they have chin implants. I've looked into it.
Want another thumb.
Speaking of flying cars, did you know that DeLorean, who made the DeLorean, John DeLorean, I think,
Yeah. There's a Netflix doc.
he got a chin implant and his chin was giant for the rest of his life. Like in the peak of his like coming up as an engineer when he was working at Ford, I think, or General Motors, he got a chin implant and his chin went from, it was never as small as my actual chin, but it was like a pretty small chin, and he wanted to be more domineering.
Mm-hmm.
And so he got a giant chin. And so in the documentary on Netflix that Stevie's talking about, Alec Baldwin plays DeLorean. And it's kind of an interesting thing because it's like he's reenacting some parts of it, but then it's a documentary at the same time. And so like Alec is like talking about the process. But the first time they introduce him, he's putting the chin implant on. And it's not like Alec Baldwin doesn't have
What do you
like
mean putting it on? He could take it off?
No, this was a prosthetic one. He was actually getting a prosthetic chin. But the one the DeLorean got was literally like, it's they cut right here and they, like I said, I've looked into it. It's only $3,000. I mean, I could have a chin for $3,000. Should I do it? Yes. Ben's like, yes.
Got my video in
and
that?
it's permanent. I mean, it's just, I feel it.
Ben's videoed
I
our
wanna do
junk
it so
being
bad.
being tied in knots. He's up for anything now.
Yeah, but everybody will just think I'm so shallow. But I
Well,
am.
no comment.
Inconclusive. I'm moving to round 3. 3D printed human organs versus A laser that painlessly heals all wounds.
If you need a new organ, like you're gonna die. If you have a wound, you might die. It seems to me. It's like, what's the scale that we're working with here of like the mortality scale? It seems like there's a lot more to be done with organs. Like
Organs would accomplish a lot
people are
more.
people are on lists all over the place just waiting for an organ.
At that point, you would essentially have, and I think this is pretty realistic, basically a backup of yourself that's probably just, in the way that they're able to grow, they're growing meat now. Well, they're going to be able to grow organs. And so they're going to be able to have a you that probably doesn't have a head, that is just a body. But basically, you got a backup of yourself that's lying somewhere and it's like, oh, I screwed up my liver. And it's like, well, get your backup liver.
So it's replacing everything but the consciousness. It's the exact opposite. Which
And
is much more
they
doable.
can do, the consciousness is like too squirrely. But
Right.
Growing a liver based on your cells?
I feel like
25
both
years.
of these things, are in our very near future. Maybe not a laser, but like I do feel like even wound technology is getting more advanced. But both these things seem doable, so I think they should just get on it.
Yeah, because I need to get the little wound that's going to be created on the bottom of my chin when they put the implant in. I need to get that sealed up with a laser.
A laser.
This one we went in another direction, I guess. Beds that make themselves versus self-cleaning dishes. Now we're getting into the real heavy stuff.
What is this? I don't know what a self-cleaning dish.
I think you're just
that's
talking.
not a thing.
I think it's just a robot made. Like Rosie. Speaking of the
a dishwasher.
Jetsons. But it's a dishwasher that cleans the table and cleans the dishes.
Yeah, you just
Finish eating and you're just like, you just leave it there and the robot comes in and does it.
you're gonna have you're gonna have the full AI made before you just have something that special.
And the day that the AI maid comes along, that maid will be able to do the bed and the dishes at the same time because the challenge will be equal.
I do want it to be like a Rosie personality. I think that is the best personality. You've got someone who's like you can cry on her shoulder. You can get that mama love whenever you need it
Mama love.
I do think that
without anyone being threatened.
the
except for
mythical
your mom.
kitcheneers might prefer the self-cleaning dishes. Do you know what I'm saying?
They make a lot of dirty dishes.
Yeah, they do. You know why they do that? They have their own kitchen. And do you know why they have their own kitchen? Because they have their own YouTube channel.
You know
called The
what?
Mythical Kitchen.
Let's just do a promo for them.
Oh, okay, sure.
Mythical Kitchen, check it out. It's a channel. Tickle your taste buds and your funny bone. Hot dog is a sandwich.
This podcast. Listen, the Hot Dog is a Sandwich podcast where Josh and Nicole are debating these controversial food opinions. They're getting some guests on this thing. They had Gabriel Iglesias on the podcast. They had Hank Green on the podcast.
Yeah.
You don't seem impressed. Link's not impressed. I am. I think
not.
you should go.
I've met famous people.
I think you should go and listen to Hot Dog is a Sandwich.
Okay, this is your final choice. A device that can record and play back your dreams versus a pill that prevents the need to poop or pee.
Well, you know that.
I'd love to not have to poop or pee ever anymore.
Well, Kim Jong-un does not poop or pee.
Right, he's above it.
He, according to what I've read in the propaganda, he is so efficient that there's no waste.
Oh, he uses it all.
He uses everything. He's not willing to turn anything into poop or pee.
It's scary that's literally put out there.
Yeah, but it's pretty cool. If I could get a bunch of people to believe that I didn't poop and pee, I'd do it.
Yeah,
If there was a way for that to happen now.
yeah, that would be awesome. Think about how much time you would save. I could sleep that much longer. That was just kind of like a weird non-joke because that's normally what people say about.
But how
having
would
to sleep.
you, Link, measure how hydrated you are if you didn't have that release of urine so often? I thought that was part of your process. I thought that's something that you liked.
I measure how hydrated I am, but how if I see my water bottle, I just drink it from it.
For some reason, I thought you were going to say how thick I am.
Yeah.
You're just
thick
how
I am.
How thick do I feel right now? But
How thirsty I am. Is what I was going to say.
But you're never thirsty. You don't let yourself get thirsty because once you're thirsty, you're dehydrated. I've never seen you thirsty.
Ever since we did the pee the longest episode, I've been saying, you know what? You could pee, but you don't yet need to pee, because I drink all the time, and I don't think that's a problem. But I also pee too much. Like,
Oh, because we found out that when your bladder is 25% full is when you start getting this signal to pee. So you can
so
go.
I'm starting to change that habit of I'm peeing a little bit less, like because I get this anxiety of like, okay, I'm about to leave the house, I need to pee first. It's like that dad anxiety, like everybody go to the bathroom, and I'll always go to the bathroom before I leave the house, and make sure I have a full water bottle.
That became a lot more important over the past year because so many
Yes.
places were shut down. You go out and you're like, no one lets me in to use the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not going to say that I publicly urinated, but I may have publicly urinated.
I'm not going to say that either about myself.
But you did?
Not.
I did several times during the last year.
Yeah, I'll say that I did. That time that we went to Joshua Tree and we had to stop at the gas station, they wouldn't let us inside to pee, and you were over there filling up gas, you looked over at me, and I was peeing
Yeah.
beside the dumpster.
Right. It's like, well, screw this, man. I mean, people got to pee.
I
I
peed.
recommend opening your door. Like I opened the door to my car and then I peed down into the triangle. You got to watch for the splatter, but other than that, that's a really good
You can't
place
do that in a lowrider
to pee in public.
because it'll just splatter right back in.
Yeah, you and your lowrider.
I had the pleasure of peeing over like on a cliffside on the way up to Big Sur, like overlooking a private beach and ocean.
Wow.
Like you could have fallen off the cliff. You dangled your hiney over the cliff.
No. I was facing that way, hiney in the back, facing the beach. There were people off in the distance, but I have bad eyesight, so I was thinking, is it my bad eyesight that is causing me not to be able to see them well, and therefore they can see me
So
very
you were in
prominently?
full squat.
Oh yeah. I thought about getting one of those go girl situations, but then I thought, ew,
I have one of those.
Go boy.
I got it for when I went on my solo trip and I'm sleeping in the rooftop tent on my car. And it's a glow in the dark, wide neck bottle that is made specifically for when you wake up in the middle of the night on a camping trip and you don't want to get out of your tent, which is especially crazy when you're like in this elevated tent. So I started peeing in that, and I would just wait. You wake up and you're like, I have to pee a little bit, and I can, and it's glow in the dark, so it's fun. So I peed. And then the rest of the trip,
You don't want to get
'Cause I was in
thirsty,
the- 'cause I
roll
was-
over and drink from the wrong
I was like
water
on the
bottle.
road, and I did exactly what you did. I would pull the car over, I would open the door, and I would stand in the triangle that is created from the open door in the car.
Because people do that anyways.
But
They
I
just
would
stand in their
I
triangle.
would pee into the thing.
Yeah.
And then when I got to a place that it would look like it was okay to just throw your urine out, which I'm still not sure how to judge that. I feel like I may have put some urine in some places I shouldn't. Like a Target parking lot was probably not the best place.
Oh, well, I
Right.
feel like this is very conclusive and we totally played the game. All right, goodbye.
Everyone should get cheddar cheese powder to keep in your pantry. Did someone gesture at me? Sorry, I'm easily distracted. I'm like a bird of prey that sees something like in the distance, then immediately is just like, should I kill that? Nicole, stop moving.